Folks, our data is shifting. Today we're going to go over the falling big money index playbook. Hey everybody, I am Luke Downey. I am recapping the insights over at mapsignals.com. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. So listen, we are starting to see selling start to pick up in our data, and I want to share with you an interesting fact before we get into some cool studies. Look, if you stare into a mirror, you're going to see your reflection, and it's going to actually appear double the distance. So if you're 5 feet in front of a mirror, the body that you're looking at is going to appear 10 feet away. And we know this is called virtual distance. Now, why this is so interesting is because it is this look-through concept that we need to understand about markets, right? Because if you focus on where we are now, you're going to miss what's coming. And in fact, some of the best investors I have ever met, they never focused on today. And in fact, they envisioned what the world might look like in the future. Now, lucky for us, or fortunate, we have data to help us shine a guiding light on what's likely coming. And so I began to notice that the big money index has actually started to fall. Now, if you're new to the Map Signals religion, just know that we are all about the big money. When big money is going into stocks, stocks go up. That's what this line is showing you. Whenever that line is overbought and starts to fall, it could signal that selling is starting to pick up. This doesn't mean a crash is coming, but it certainly means that there is a change in behavior. What I started to look at in our data was what happens when we fall below the 80% line. Okay, you can see over here where the BMI went overbought. This is in early, looks like 2003, right? This is right before the market started to fall. Happened again here in July. It prefaced a big fall in the market. And so here we are now. What happens when we fall below that overbought line? Well, we actually went and studied this. This was very interesting. Since 2009, when the BMI is overbought, from the first day it falls out of overbought, stocks suffer big time. Okay, 29 instances in the past. Look at this. 1 week later, the S&P is down 1%. 2 weeks later, it's down 0.8%. A month later, down 0.9%. And 2 months later, it's still down 0.4%. And here is the other interesting fact is that if you're an odds person, you don't even get better than a 50-50 coin flip that stocks are going to be up until 2 months later, right? So this is a lot of green and red. It tells you there's a lot that happens when the BMI is falling. But I want to drive home why this is so important to note and why we're always telling our subscribers, follow the money. It's because when the BMI starts to fall, markets tend to behave wildly different than what they normally do. So I went back and I compared this performance to what the market tends to do 1 week, 2 week, a month, and 2 months on average over this 15-year period. And here is what it looks like. Here's your falling BMI, right? 1 week later, BMI is down 1%. This is in stark contrast because the S&P tends to be up 0.2% a week later. Go all the way out to 2 months, even though the BMI is telling you likely stocks are going to be down, the average stock performance is still up 1.9%. And here we've got our guy, I don't know what we're going to call him, maybe he's going to be Marty McMappy, but he is zeroing in on what is important. The first week, whenever the BMI falls from overbought, that is where most of the pain is had. So you do want to be tracking this indicator. It is very powerful. It's happened in the past, probably will happen in the future. So what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to run for the hills? Absolutely not. You need to start building an all-star shopping list because great market leading names, they're going to come under pressure, right? When the tide goes out of stocks, the BMI starts to fall. That is what happens. You want to be ready to pounce. Wait for that BMI to come in. Wait for it to start showing signs that it is troughing, and then it's going to be back into the races. You guys have a great one. Remember, if you like this unique content, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have a name that we should name this guy, please let us know. I'll see you next time.